All right, so for the last part of our lesson, we're still solving systems, and we are going to choose the method to solve by. Now, for these problems, I'm not going to choose graphing at all. I'm either going to choose substitution or elimination. Okay. So again, if for substitution, we want to see if we can isolate one of the variables really easily, and if we can't do that, then we are solving by elimination. So when I am looking at 13, none of the variables have a 1 with it, and these three numbers don't have a common divisor, and same thing with the bottom one, there's no common divisor. So that means that I want to solve this by elimination. So if I'm solving by elimination, we just, again, are going to pick the variable that we want to eliminate. So it'll probably be easiest to eliminate the x's. So we're looking for a common factor, so that's going to be 15. So I'm going to multiply this top one by 5, and I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by -3 to create that opposite. So if we multiply everything by 5, that is 15x plus 35y, and 15 times 5 gives us 75. Okay, the bottom one, we are multiplying everything by -3. So -15x minus 6y equals 12. And then we're going to add those together. So x's cancel. If we take 35 minus 6, that will be 29y. And then 75 plus 12 will be 87. And then we are dividing both sides by 29. So when we do that, that will give us y equals 3. So now we just plug our 3 in to either the top one or the bottom one, and then we're going to solve that. So I think I'm going to choose the second one because I'll get a smaller number when I multiply. So 5x plus 2 times 3 equals -4. So 5x plus 6 equals -4. Subtract the 6 over. 5x equals -10. Divide by 5. So x will be -2. And again, our final answer we are going to write as a coordinate. So the solution for this one is -2, 3. All right, the next problem that we are looking at. So it looks like the y is going to be nice and easy to solve for. So I'm going to choose substitution this time. So I'm going to solve this equation for y by subtracting that 5x over. And then I'm going to take my -5x and I'm going to substitute it into this x. Or excuse me, not to x. To y. Okay, so 5x equals plus 2 times -5x equals 30. So 5x, and then that'll be minus 10x equals 30. Combine our like terms. So -5x equals 30. Divide by -5, x equals -6. So now we're substituting to find our y value. So I'm going to take -6 and I'm going to substitute it into that x. So y equals -5 times -6. So that will be 30. So again, final answer we are writing as a coordinate. So we would have -6, 30 for the answer. All right, so as I look at the next problem, it looks like I can just take this top equation times 2, and that will give me 6. So when I add it, those would add to be 0. So I'm going to use elimination for this one. So again, top one times 2. So -6x plus 10y equals 14. Adding those together. So again, this one and that one. So when I add x's are 0. And if I'm looking, my y's also cancel out, so I'm going to have 0 on this side. And then negative 14 plus 14 also gives me a 0. So remember, when we're solving, and if all of our variables cancel out, we have one of two cases. We either have a no solution, or we have an infinitely many solution. So, and we decide that based on our ending statement. So when I'm looking at this, 0 is equal to 0. So this is a true statement. So that means my answer for this is going to be infinitely many solutions. So I can pick any xy value, and if I substitute it in, I'm going to find a solution that works for both equations. All right, so if we take a look at the next one then. So looks like I'm going to have to multiply both equations by something. So let's take the top one times 3, and then I'll take the bottom one times negative 2, so that way we can cancel out the x's. So if we distribute 3, that'll be negative 6x plus 12y equals 18. And then now we're distributing the negative 2. So positive 6x minus 12y equals negative 16. And again, we're going to add those together. So it looks like my x's are going to cancel, y's cancel again, and 18 plus negative 16 is a positive 2. So now when I look at this one, 0 is not equal to 2. So this is a false statement. So that means I have a no solution for my answer. And that is going to conclude section 3-1.